All right, 4th August, 20 o'clock GMT. Welcome. This is Onside with me, Joshua Holotu, back again with another transfer story, giving you all the latest in the transfer window. Mr. Muyebedin Community Sia Niamana Ekoswa market Nesuno teams no Siseno Obiaya Wild. And I'm going to give you all the latest. The big deals that are happening across. I'll tell you all the things that are going on in the markets. But answer anybody sound common. Guys, please subscribe. Subscribe. Guys, you are doing so well. And I'm so happy, so grateful. But we need more subscriptions to do bigger things on this platform. It's Mr. Remo. Subscribe to this channel. Turn on your post notifications and click on the all button at the top so that the me drop a video, you'll be one of the first people to receive it. And everybody football no home come on. Every day we'll talk about football. We'll talk about the transfers. We'll have those discussions, and we are going to have a good time over here having all of those conversations. Into Mr. Remo, please subscribe. Subscribe. Yeah. You see, anytime I come here and I'm giving more Chelsea updates, people think that I'm being Chelsea biased. It's not about being Chelsea biased. It's not about being fixated on Chelsea. No, Chelsea is in the market. Chelsea is making purchases. So if Chelsea make, I shouldn't come and talk. Guys, we're a transfer market too. Say Chelsea na business, I make Chelsea wants them. Say Madrid na business, I make Madrid wants them. Say Bayern, say PSG, say Arsenal, say Real Madrid. I will bring you all the updates. So I don't know why people are thinking that I am being, biased in my analysis, in my reporting, because I'm coming always from a Chelsea angle. Debbie. I don't do my things like that. I'm a Chelsea fan, of course. I don't run away from that. But Chelsea is in the market. Guys, Chelsea is in the market. Chelsea, omo yet transfers, no? Omo dimwa cotton transfers, no? Omo dimwa cotton. You get what I'm talking about? So let's discuss, okay? Guys, subscribe, turn on post and like and comment. Drop your comments. Let me know what has been your favorite transfer story so far. Just let me know. Why? Just let me know. Guys, Moise Caicedo has been speaking ahead of a China game at Chelsea and Juventus Bebo at the preseason in Hong Kong. Moise Caicedo is back with the team. He joined the team a couple of days ago. So Danny Welbeck has joined, as well as Mihailo Mudryk. They've all joined. So Chelsea has, I think, almost a full complement of a team on be used for this particular season, because World Cup for now, World Cup now, holidays no be aba. Pedro Neto munina saba. And Moise Caicedo has been speaking. I say, I love Enzo. I have a lot of respect for him. I want him to stay, but I'm not going to talk about that. If he stays, that will be massive. So the players, they know that there are controversies and potentially it could lead to some of them leaving. And we know Enzo Fernandez didn't come on. The fact of the matter is that he's not so much as popular as he was before in this particular Chelsea team, right? And he has gone without, being the talked about person. Let me put it this way. He's one of the most talked about guys in this particular Chelsea setup. Because previously, he had quite a number of controversies. The latest one is about what happened at the FIFA World Cup. Okorezi is about Falkland Islands, no? And because of that, it was being considered that his work permit to be revoked in England. And Sisiano, Yakubu Saka said about Enzo, and he says he has much respect for him. So it tells you the unity that Chelsea has in camp. Enzo Fernandez is one of the lucky guys who has had the opportunity to play for Chelsea in recent time. Because, you see, Lukaku also had those kind of controversies with Chelsea. He was not really spared necessarily because, of course, he had the channel. But he ended up not living up to expectation and he left. Enzo Fernandez, I see him as Obia very mentally, tough. Maybe he will also have to issue an apology. I doubt he will, but sometimes one of the things that we may want to say is that we are reading too much meaning into some of the things that he said. Clearly, he crossed a certain line in that game against England. you didn't expect him to participate actively in that thing because you know very well where you are playing your football. You are playing in England. You are playing for Chelsea. It is a unimsa dynamics when you not involve yourself actively in that controversy. So that be easy questions. In this transfer window, I really feel like if you had the opportunity to leave, you would have left. But it doesn't look like Real Madrid even want to actively pursue his signing into Young Hussein. So I don't want to stretch the conversation. That is about it from Caicedo. And Caicedo also said that when they offered me a new deal, I said yes, as my desire is clear. I want to become a Chelsea legend. Initially, I thought it was a joke, but you can see that Moise Caicedo is quite serious. And I really appreciate him for that because to state some of these things at a very young age, it means that he really has the club deep here in his heart. So that's a very good one from Moise Caicedo. Guys, let's look at the transfer business, okay? Transfer business now. Jurgensen, that's Philip Jurgensen's move to Strasbourg is a straight loan from Chelsea without an option to buy. So, Strasbourg are coming for Chelsea's Philip Jurgensen, goalkeeper, for loan, no option to buy. Xabi Alonso on Mihailo Mudryk. No decision has been made. Everything has happened so quickly. We need to be sensitive about the situation. So, of course, I said earlier that it's possible that he will go on loan. But Xabi Alonso says there has been no decision on Misha yet. In the coming days, we'll get to know more about that. Filip Kostic will undergo a medical on Wednesday as new PSV Eindhoven player, joining on a contract until June 2028. Inti Filip Kostic, a player or team a friend PSV Eindhoven from Juventus. And the player is joining on a contract until June 2028. Tianoso ye adia a free player nasye eba Filip Kostic. Now Bruno G will be going to Arsenal very soon. Bruno G will be going to Arsenal very soon. The talks are nearing completion. That's what I can tell you over there. Bruno G would move to Arsenal. The deal is going to total a transfer fee of about £80 million. That's a new potential agreement that will be between Newcastle and Arsenal for. And the Arsenal for, they would have to increase that money. The 75 was rejected. It looks like now £80 million. And on betria for a brand here for a Bruno G for him to come and play our Arsenal. Nottingham Forest are showing interest in Tijani Reijnders as a new midfielder from Man City. He's on the short list after also Newcastle had shown interest in June. In Tijani Reijnders, I'm not shocked Nottingham Forest food in a chi because Nottingham Forest have lost Elliot Anderson. He went for a very good transfer fee, £116 million. So Nottingham Forest have some money to go into the market and try and splash. If they go for Tijani Reijnders, even if he's on loan, I'll not be surprised. But it could be a potential permanent sale because Man City are trying to reorganize their midfield. And with Ayub Buwadi coming in potentially, and the not so clear situation with Air Rodri, I think that Tijani Reijnders will be to free Man City permanently. Abaka Kwisina Kayama Nottingham Forest. And Nottingham Forest, I think they've had the financial muscle, so meet me your players Nibiaba. Evangelist Marinakis, and with what he would demand from a team, this particular season, I think he needs to go and make these signings. Senebeya. For Nottingham Forest to become competitive. And they need to be very competitive this season. Look at what happened to them last season. They kept on sacking coaches. Thinking that was the solution to the problem. You need to build a coherent squad. Team omit that understanding with themselves. It doesn't happen in one day. It is a Papa no wenya abutre amfama team now all building now. He will just keep on making these knee-jerk reactions. And see. You get what I'm talking about. Manchester City have made direct contact with Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto, there's a potential move for Pedro Neto from Chelsea to team my friend Manchester City. Now, Neto is among Man City's targets if Savinho goes to Spurs, while he's also understood to be on Tottenham's list as backup option. Deal also depends on Chelsea's valuation. Chelsea value the player for nothing less than £70 million. So if any team Abrantes and Pedro Neto there, they have to be ranging around that region. And I also told you earlier, I said Liverpool, so the boy is on their radar. Because one of the things that they have not done yet is that they haven't replaced Mohamed Salah. the Mohamed Salah shoes in Liverpool is a very big shoe to fill. So maybe they will not get that signing in this window. But they will have to find a player who can do that job. Even if not the way Mohamed Salah does it. Or bet me a player be also bet me about boss position, no, and give them some result. And I think Pedro Neto is that player. So initially I was thinking that if Cody Gakpo left, maybe they would have used that 72 million pounds or many Fisa Cody Gakpo deal not to come and buy Pedro Neto. But as it stands right now, it looks like Enzo Maresca has some deep admiration for Pedro Neto. Into a person who for Pedro Neto no Man City. But does he go into Man City team directly? The answer is no, because still no more Savinho and Osha Man City, the kind of players they have at their disposal. It's not easy for Pedro Neto to go there and have playing time. Antoine Semenyo Phil Foden somebody else here, Jeremy Doku So it is not that simple. I was also to Ton Savinho no, almost to me Ton Savinho no dia. Be a green light member to go and pick Pedro Neto, but Pedro Neto would have to look at it very carefully. He's still in the plans of Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso doesn't want to sell the player. But if the right price comes, I don't think Chelsea owners would refuse. Because we bought the player for I think somewhere around 40 to 50 million pounds. Only 70 and 75 crowd for this player or more. And they can maybe use that money, some of it, to go and look for a last marquee signing in midfield, dominant. And I think it could be Alex Scott or Adam Wharton, one of them. If you want to meet Tom Pedro Neto, I'm very sure Chelsea could find one of these players. But the truth is that it's not going to be a very simple deal to make because Chelsea or very, very well for this season. If you sell certain players that you think are now developing and getting to their prime, it doesn't really make sense. It will be Samia. This deal could be a good deal, but may come in Pedro Neto to be free Chelsea. Yeah. Sometimes he's not clinical. It will be like the ball want to touch but he's a player that I think under Xabi Alonso, he can offer us a lot. Look at his speed, electric pace. He has that ability to be able to also have an eye on goal. At least for this season, then maybe after this season we can assess. If he has to go, he goes. You get it? So those are the dynamics. And Man City, the only reason why they're coming for the boy is because of Enzo Maresca. He has a very good relationship with Pedro Neto. And that is what it is. So I've already spoken about Bruno G, right? He's waiting for a green light to fly for his medical to join Arsenal. Clubs are still ongoing with the talks, and something will come out of it very soon. Official confirmed, Ipswich Town signed Florentino Luis as new midfielder from Burnley. So we wish the guy all the best. Another good signing for mid to low table clubs. Business the way I'm here. Tottenham will consider Pedro Neto if Savinho deal won't happen, but Savinho remains top priority. So what you say? So Tottenham is also in for Pedro. So it's not just a one-sided thing. Tottenham to win Savinho abeko kofa Pedro Neto. They say obi musika na bechere. Obi Pedro Neto a musika na bechere. So 75, 80 million mumfamra. Obi enu mebie Chelsea so ye enu mebie mumfamra ne emfa player no mamu. So let's see how that goes, guys. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. It's a crossfire. And Deserving so has his eye on Pedro Neto because he knows what the guy can give him in that particular, formidable Tottenham Hotspur team or Trisel or build this time around. Como have reached an agreement for Borussia Dortmund's player Jan Couto. Here we go. 2 million loan fee, that's 2 million euros loan fee, with option to buy for over 20 million euros and travel on Wednesday for medical and contract signing. So that's also a very good deal. Como, they are making signings, so guys. They are going to Europe, obviously, so they need to strengthen the squad as much as possible. They need to strengthen the squad, and I think that is what they are doing. In Tendensu, they free come for us. I told you earlier in the day that Romeo Lavia is going to go. Guys, goalkeeping department, Chelsea. Chelsea are ready to trigger the who costed 60 million euros release clause to sign the goalkeeper. Xabi Alonso has identified the Portugal international as his final marquee signing of Chelsea's summer rebuild. The Blues are prepared to activate the clause to complete the deal. This is according to Mundo Deportivo coming in just about 8 minutes ago. So let's keep our eyes on it. It looks like Diogo Costa about Chelsea. And I also told you about Pep Chavaria. Sky Sports reported it earlier. Said Pep Chavaria is going to complete that move from Rayo Vallecano to Chelsea. So we are going to see that also completed. Guys, another thing that is happening is, and it's Ferran Torres is using his current popularity after scoring the winning goal in the FIFA Club in the World Cup final to strengthen his position in his contract talks. The club are open to letting him leave this summer if he pushes for an exit and right after offers arrive. And that is also coming in from Ferran Torres as well. He has become a very popular guy overnight after the final, the goal he scored in the final. So I mean, I said it earlier in the day that look, this guy has something that he's trying to send across as a signal to even Barcelona. They need to understand the kind of value he possesses, and he's making it clear to them. Say, look, this is who I am made up of. It is a move value media. You need to find a way to, give me more money, and perhaps I stay. Otherwise, PSG is knocking on the door seriously, and I may have to leave. But guys, Lewis Hall has rejected an approach from Chelsea this summer, with Man United now receiving a major boost in their pursuit for the £60 million Newcastle-led back. Lewis Hall, 60 million. Hey, Lewis Hall, £60 million. Okay, Hall is understood to be unsettled at Newcastle amid the uncertainty surrounding the club this summer. Yeah, a idea or person Simon Phillips is reporting. A idea or person free. God, Newcastle has become a very fragile team, and with Eddie Howe leaving, I think the vote of no confidence has been registered by a couple of players. The first is Bruno G, club captain, leaving for Arsenal. Statement, because it looks like PIF they want to take a new direction, and bringing in Matthias Jai, so maybe it could signal even more players leaving. Yeah, in the ABC, Mo Salah has reached an agreement to join Trabzonspor on a 2-year contract. They offered 325,000 euros a week to the Egyptian. He will now be in Istanbul tomorrow to complete the move. Yeah, look, na yenim say Mohamed Salah obe petim fufra, but we didn't know that he was going to be in Turkey. There were reports that if he was going to even remain in the English Premier League, the only team he was going to play for was Chelsea. But I knew for sure that Mohamed Salah won't come to Chelsea. After leaving Liverpool, there was no way he was going to play for another Premier League team. I didn't see that happening. So according to Yagis Sabunkoglu, he has reported that this is going to be done, and we are going to see Mohamed Salah play for Team IFN Trabzonspor. A very lucrative deal, 325,000 euros a week. Solid. Yeah, so Ben Jacobs is reporting about Pep Chavaria, and I told you earlier, the clubs are now in advanced talk to finalize the deal, with Chavaria having already agreed personal terms. Chelsea have never intended to trigger the 50 million euros release clause, so they'll get him for something lesser. That's a very good deal, guys. If it's confirmed, look, Chelsea this season competing for the major trophies in the domestic league. Guys, Real Madrid have set Vinicius Junior's price tag at 150 million euros. If Arsenal want to sign the Brazilian, they would have to break the bank. This is what Arsenal is facing currently, 150 million euros. Can they pay? Will they pay? Will they have to pay? Now, Man United are still weighing up whether to sign a third midfielder or prioritize a left back before the transfer window closes. I told you they are linked to Lewis Hall for £60 million from Newcastle in TFC. Michael Carrick no Niabri, he wants to make some signings because the way the prices of the players are going in the market. And you wonder, this is United for Jim Ratcliffe. He doesn't want to sign pay man. Anyway, guys, Trobzonspor has shown interest in Chelsea striker Nicolas Jackson. The Zerbi wants to add up to 3 more attacking signings before the window closes. Jackson is under consideration. Chelsea valued the player at something around £65 million. And already we were speaking about the fact that Nyako Aston Villa. That has gone cold for a while now. We don't know what is happening. But if he has to go, he goes for £65 million. And that is what is coming from Chelsea for Trabzonspor, who are interested in Nicolas Jackson. Now, Fenerbahce, earlier in the day, I told you about Marcus Rashford's situation. Fenerbahce have contacted Marcus Rashford's representative about a potential summer move, right? United forward is on a 3-man shortlist alongside Rafael Leao and Ismail, as I said it earlier. So, the Sun is reporting. Me na me say Marcus Rashford, a bed in so be team. Because Fenerbahce, Turkish league is bad. On your he can reignite his career and get it on a certain level. But the wages, no. The wages is a problem, no. The wages, no. Anyway, PSG have informed Liverpool, say, a deal for Bradley Barcola would require a fee of at least £137.5 million. Hey, cost rule. The French champions have said their valuation will not consider offers below that figure. That's according to Les Parisiens. Les Parisiens, that's 160 million euros. So I thought it was hovering at 124. Somebody have cost rule, guys. And will Liverpool spend? I think Liverpool need to spend if that is the player they really want to go for. If that's the player they really want to go for, they will have to spend. Start the René or more completed deal for Abrante friend Charlie Cresswell from Toulouse on loan. Loan fee 2.5 million euros with an obligation to buy the centre back next summer for a fixed 22.5 million euros. Inteno, so yeah, they free player and I saw your air your friend Charlie Cresswell signing for a Stade René from Toulouse on loan. And guys, these are the stories. Club Brugge have signed Freddie Potts from West Ham for around £10 million on a contract until 2030. Freddie Potts, he was a very young guy who was, I remember he scored a goal for West Ham. I think it was Mohamed Kudus and a man assist at the time when Mohamed Kudus was still there. And I saw the guy as a talent who could rise up and do so well. Today he has signed for a Club Brugge, and that's a very good deal for him until 2030. £10 million. Good money for the youngster. Guys, this has been Onside with me, Joshua Hollow. To me, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. I'll bring you more updates in the transfer market. By the time the morning comes, the stories would have been more. Now I'd have given you, I'd have been getting ready to give you so many updates. So please stay with me and make sure that you subscribe and get ready for more information as I bring them to you tomorrow. Until I come your way again, I'll see you in the next one. You can call me Joshua Hollow 2 or Top High Fabrizio. I'll see you in the next one.